This video is brought to you by Against the Flow of Mississippi. Against the Flow of Mississippi is a book about Jake Fayard, a Marine veteran who is unhappy with the political machine running the state of Mississippi. He decides to fight the corruption from the inside. Jake will face more challenges than he ever has and will stand up for what he thinks is right. His notoriously hot temper will push him to the edge of murder, along with his friend and brother Kobe Barhanovich. Together, they will fight the system and give the power back to the citizens of Mississippi. Against the Flow of Mississippi is now available on Amazon. A link to the book will be placed in the description below. Welcome to History in the Eyes of a Southerner with your host, Anthony Allen. On this channel, we will take a journey through time and relate history to the contemporary eyes of modern America. I hope you enjoy the ride as I investigate and document the wonderful events that have shaped our present world. Alright, y'all. So I'm trying something new here. My little corner of the world. I want to talk to y'all about something. This is going to be a multi-part series. And what I want to do is I want to do a series on the history of propaganda in the U.S., which in my opinion, the U.S. is great at propaganda. That is one thing that this country, for the last 250 years, has been really good at, is propaganda. This goes back to even colonial times. This country used propaganda to motivate New England troops against General Burgoyne. And then it just went from there. Alright, y'all. Now that I have my after-work cigarette, my after-work beer, let's get into this. Cheers, y'all. We're going to talk about McCarthyism and how Joe McCarthy used propaganda to further his political career. In this series, we will also talk about how it is relative to something that annoys me more than anything in the world right now, and that is cancel culture. And it's all going to relate. I'm going to connect the dots for you. And I'm going to show y'all, using history, and I'm going to show y'all how present day, the minds of many, many people are being manipulated. Much like people were in the 1950s under McCarthyism. And when I draw the picture for you, I'm even going to talk about the Hollywood 10. I'm going to talk about the rise and fall of Senator McCarthy. And it was a very sudden rise and an even steeper sudden fall. To be quite honest with you, his career was like riding on the shortest roller coaster in the world. There's nothing, you're going, it goes way up real quick, you're on top, and then right back down. And then a couple of years later, he was dead. Kind of sad. That's what this series is going to be on. And when I connect the dots, I want you to ask yourself something. Does history actually repeat itself if you do not realize what has happened in the past and you don't pay attention to it? Is question number one. And question number two is, are the youth of this country being duped to start canceling things? Now, I'm going to try not to get too political, but unfortunately I have to get a little political because we are talking about a politician here. In doing this, I am going to talk about things like things like 9/11, things like Trump, things like the Hillary Clinton stuff, and how all this propaganda and the little bits of McCarthyism that has been used to push these little things that may be small in the grand scheme of things. A lot of things are small, but people make them seem so large. And I'm not going to defend any politicians. I'm going after Republicans. I'm going after Democrats. I don't like either party anyway. I'm going after them both equally on this, because both parties are equal in what they were doing. Even what they did to, even what the Republicans were doing to Obama. Didn't agree with much of what any president in my lifetime has done. And I'm 38, so, I mean, I've been alive since the Reagan administration. But these little things that are pushed, as my grandma used to say, making a mountain out of a molehill, why we let ourselves be manipulated. And that's where our story is going to start. Again, this is going to be a several video series. It may take me weeks to complete it. So y'all enjoy. Thank you for watching. History in the Eyes of a Southerner. Your host, Anthony Allen.